Algebra Quick Tips with instructor Karen Smith. Hey, get your pen, get your paper, and let's get started. Okay, so let me show you all the ways you can represent all the real numbers, the entire set of real numbers. That might be your solution, right? If you get a true statement, right? If all your variables cancel out and what's left in an equation or an inequality is true, then your solution would be all real numbers, right? So here's one way to do it, okay? We could use the number line, right? The number line itself is representative of the real numbers. So you would shade the entire real number line. Another way to do it using, let's go with interval notation, okay? Interval notation, now note this, okay? On the real number line, the arrow that points to the left there, okay? The arrow that points to the left here, it's pointing at negative infinity, correct? It goes all the way down into the lowest of the low negatives, right? Remember that. Okay, so in that direction is negative infinity. So keep your mind on that always. Don't forget that. Negative infinity is down here, okay? And to the right, the arrow pointing to the right, where it goes 1, 2, 3, up into the positive cajillions, right? Highest of the high positive numbers. That one points at positive infinity. Don't forget that. Note that all the numbers read in ascending order, right? We're going from smallest to largest, from left to right, just like when you're reading. So we read from left to right. Remember that, right? You read a book, you read from left to right. Well, when you read numbers and you count upward on the real number line from smaller to larger, you're reading it from left to right as well. You're counting from left to right. Okay, and that'll help you remember, where everything is located. Now, back to the real numbers, okay, using interval notation. Now, earlier we mentioned that you should always use a set of parentheses on, or a paren on either of the infinities. So for negative infinity, we're coming, for all real numbers, and follow your number line, okay? We're coming up from negative infinity. So you'll use that, paren, negative infinity. By the way, paren is singular for parentheses. Parentheses is actually a plural. So negative infinity, use a parenthesis. Through, the comma is telling you go all the way, take all the numbers between this and the next thing, which is positive infinity. We don't need to put a plus sign in front of positive, right? We just put an infinity with a paren. And so this, my friends, this is all real numbers. So negative infinity, comma, infinity, inside of a set of parentheses. This represents all real numbers. It's a pretty quick little short way to write it too. I like that. And of course, your symbol. You could always use a fancy double edged R. Of course, that's the real numbers too. Okie doke. So there are many ways to represent all real numbers, okay? Depending on what your author or the writer of your question is asking you. You should probably know how to use a couple of these, okay? All right, we'll talk really soon.